and rock and they scream out loud. This time I give it back and applaud the crowd. Display a new sound.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you. And as they... Well, guys, thanks, David. Well, early on, just watching certain veteran players, Doris, continuing to play at a high level after so many years.
And what you love is the great ones seem to adjust their games along the way, and not only adjust their games, but add dimensions, whether it's being able to go down into the low post position if you're a point guard, a two guard, or even a three-man. But the other part of this, Kevin, is the off-the-court stuff, the better nutrition that these guys are being much smarter about, the strength and conditioning programs they're putting themselves through in the offseason. All of that raises the level in the NBA.
So the next starting five. Jokic is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Conley. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Brown in at the two-guard spot. Conley, the pass to Randle. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Conley. Beyond the arc. And Valanciunas pulls it down. And here are the Cavaliers. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Ball kicks to Young. Drains it from beyond the arc.
The first thing that jumps out at you about Young, that seemingly limitless shooting range and the spacing that affords for this offense.
Now here's Conley. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. They get Marc Gasol.
Well, and the Brooklyn Nets, to me, seem to have a bright future in front of them. There is a good collection of young players that they can continue to grow with, and finally will own their draft pick for the first time in what feels like forever. Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
Ball, the pass to Valanciunas. Young against Brown. Shots good from Young. Young's got his second basket of the night.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Conley surveying the D. Here's Jokic. Off target from outside. Gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the paint. And finished off by Gasol.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Conley finds Randle to the middle. Here's Brown. And the shot goes down.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Ball dishes to Young. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And it goes down 2 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Ball against Conley. Pass to Randle. Here's Jokic. And the wing jumper offline.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now here's Gasol. Back to Young. Hits the three-point bomb.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Conley, and the rejection by Valanciunas.
Well, Valanciunas reads the play and snuffs it out. That's the kind of defense you need from the 5 spot.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Ball against Conley. The pass to Barnes. And Gasol sends it back. And he recovers it. And he recovers it. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Cavaliers lead by 12. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star.
Basketball, like passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
In that opening quarter, I don't know that you could ask for much more.
They've been simply outstanding, Greg, and let's see if they can build off this early lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Lonzo Ball out there with Young. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Thompson, and it's Gasol at the 3 spot. Now here's Conley, following the miss by Lonzo Ball. That one falls. Conley's got his first 2 points.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And so Young will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier, and he comes up with the deuce. With the analysis, the defensive impact becoming more advanced, Doris, do you think that helps defenders gain recognition even when they're not putting up numbers in individual statistical categories?
Well, think about a recent winner of the Defensive Player of the Year, and that's Draymond Green, whose value becomes into sharp focus, particularly in the fourth quarter of games, when it becomes a possession ball game, and Draymond Green is flying around the floor in help defensive position, covering up for teammates' mistakes. I absolutely think, Kevin, increasingly because of the advanced metrics, that players can be defined outside of points and rebounds. So I love the impact of the numbers.
Ball no good.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Barnes against Gasol. And here's Conley outside. The Cavaliers pull it in. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes it to Ball. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists in the game. Nets trail by 11. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender. Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever, because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Conley kicks to Brown. 35 seconds left in the first half. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Young outside. 19 seconds left in the first half of the game. The shot, no good.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
And so it's the home team. Their lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He had 16 points and 1 rebound. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
One guy I'm looking at right now, Trae Young. He was unbelievable.
And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible, really good judgment on the offensive end.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. They've got Julius Randle, Jaylen Brown out there with Conley, and it's Nikola Jokic, and it's Barnes and at the small forward. Here's Ball, following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Good D by Barnes. Nets trail by 9. Puts one up from 19. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 6 points for Jaylen Brown. Young against Brown. Young outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
You know, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
And it's Brown missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Ball kicks to Valanciunas. Over Jokic. No good from Valanciunas.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Pass to Randle. And Randle throws it down.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now, here is Young. He's got 16. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. We've talked about what it takes to be a great head coach, Doris. Qualities that you think are paramount to the success, for instance, of an assistant coach.
Maybe the most important attribute to an assistant coach would be coaching with your heart and soul like it's your job on the line every night, not just the head coach's job. Right? If you pour your heart and soul into something and make that head coach's job easier, then you've functioned appropriately. And the other thing it's allowed you to do is it's allowed you to accelerate your growth. You're constantly thinking, what would I do in this situation? That helps you in the long term.
Love that perspective. Now, here's Ball. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Gasol up top, covered by Barnes.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Jokic with the steal. To the paint, here's Conley. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. Conley against Ball. Over in the corner, Barnes. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Conley against Ball. He kicks it to Valanciunas. And Ball slams it in.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Here's Brown. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Brown's got 8 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
30 seconds left in the third. Ball kicks to Young.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And it's Brown missing. Young against Brown. Young with the ball.
Well, Brown taking away the shooter's airspace effectively crowd scores and gets them out of their comfort zone.
And so it's the home team bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Young is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then there's Tristan Thompson, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Jokic, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
To the paint, Valanciunas.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Conley kicks to Randall. Dishes it to Barnes. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Brown. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Young taking his time here.
You can see the reason it can be a tough day down low, and he's going after it on the glass. Some serious length to contend with.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Yeah, this is a guy who can really hit from just about anywhere on the floor. That's a pretty jumper. Go ahead, Harrison Barnes.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. He gets it in there. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Bounce pass, Conley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, explosive inside. When playing with a high energy level, Barnes earning himself a trip to the free throw line.
Barnes hits them both.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one, not with so much riding on it.
Young against Brown. Randall brings the double team. Thompson misses. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 3. Count it.
Yeah, not just a finisher now. Barnes always willing to make the extra pass.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Young against Brown. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 20 points.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
And you can just see the confidence of Barnes growing, scoring right when they need him.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're up by 1. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out, and they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, I was able to listen in to what Fred Hoiberg told his team. He told him, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Now, here's ball. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Valanciunas. Good!
And he's just putting the team on his back when he's needed most.
Don't you just love to see that confidence when taking these big shots?
The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. On the wing, Barnes. Back to Conley. There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown. Now Young. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Got a piece of it. Jokic with the steal. Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 3. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
The Nets on offense. It's a 3-point game. Conley, the pass to Jokic. The 3 from Barnes. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Oh, with that calm demeanor, Barnes sticks that one right in their eye.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Young, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The score is tied at 36. Just 4 seconds left in the game. It's the Nets now. Here's Conley. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back with you right after this. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Be the Nets off the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Handle out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Brown. Then it's Conley. And it's Jokic in at the center. Young's shot is off. And for the Nets, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Pass to Conley. Here's Barnes, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 16 points for Barnes.
Well, smart enough to know if there's going to be congestion in there when he's attacking. Barnes gets to that in-between game.
Brown against Young. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
But, Kevin, when Valanciunas forces the issue like that, he is really tough to handle. He does a good job drawing contact.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the gap to 1. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here is Young. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway.
And when Barnes is being this aggressive, taking it up this strong, the entire attitude attitude of this offense changes.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're trailing by 5. 52 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's Valanciunas. No good there. The Nets go the other way with it. Brown outside. The pass to Jokic. Conley finds Jokic. Back to Conley. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes outside. Over Gasol. Barnes can't get it to go. Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 5. 23 seconds left to play in the first overtime. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Trailing by 5. And Young kicks the ball. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And Randall throws it down.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Kept alive. So it's the Nets picking up the win. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and